Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real pleasure to have you here with us in London. Thanks so much for taking the time. Huge congrats on the show. I mean, I feel like David had already kind of achieved the impossible right from the start of season 1, taking this very vast, sprawling story that sort of traverses time and space for the screen. But here in season 3, everything goes up a notch. So what can viewers expect going in?
Yeah, everything's up a notch this season. I think the big thing about season 3, and anyone who is familiar with the books, Foundation, is that this is the entrance of the Mule. And the Mule is, possibly the most iconic character from the books. He's, what did I say earlier? A mutant of chaos.
Yeah.
And that really is what he is. He's this mutant with a mind that can get in and mess with other people's minds, and that is a chaotic force that suddenly everyone in the galaxy has to drop what they're doing to contend with, because it's like that thing that you didn't expect that becomes the priority suddenly, and a big one, because this is what Harry Seldon had predicted. This is the dark spot in his math where I don't know what happens now, but it could be the end of us all.
Mm-hmm. And the way Pilu Asbag kind of interprets the character, it's so it's so unpredictable. It's wild. The energy that he brings, it is a bit like you really don't know what's going to happen. And I really love, we were so happy to have him to kind of bring that danger to the whole show.
Yeah. And obviously seeing how your characters have changed throughout the seasons, and you're, I guess, both facing sort of these existential crises, but in different ways. I mean, it seems like Day is very kind of weary and sort of maybe emotionally checked out. So how did you find him in this season?
Yeah, I just don't think he cares much. And I think he looks at his brothers and the robot as it's just a bunch of jerks who think they can control the galaxy when no one can really control anything. And I think he's just given up hope that he's just going to enjoy his life, because that's all he's got. He doesn't have a galaxy. He doesn't have anything but his body and him, and he's just going to hang out in the garden and get stoned. But one of the things, just to broadly say, one of the things we worked on with the characters is that I think he learns that his life is actually much more consequential than that. Mm-hmm. That he does have a role to play in the health of the galaxy. That he does have if he does engage and fight his corner, then he can make a difference for the good. Mm-hmm. Hopefully,
And there's such a complexity in the dynamic between the characters. I mean, he's saying he hates Demerzel, but you can see there's this kind of emotional complexity and entanglement there. So what was it like working on that dynamic together?
No, it was so, there's this one scene where he keeps calling me it and barking on me and mimicking me. Doing that for 9 hours, it was like, I knew it. Season 2, he was under my control. I could just pull and push and do whatever I needed. But this season, no.
We had all these love scenes. We were all cuddly in this season. We did that scene. We did the scene in episode 4 first. And I looked over at Laura, and she looked at me, not in character. Laura looking at me with betrayal. Like, how could you?
So rude. Because I did not know that he's going to mimic me. That was not on the paper. No, that was not on the paper. In the paper, Cleon just left the room and said something and then he goes and does this, on my face. Everybody watching. It was so humiliating.
I'm sorry I'm out of time, but thank you so much for sharing all that with me, and I just can't wait for everyone else to see season 3. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.